get good. I'm good if you didn't know that, but I'm sure you did if you've been here on the channel for a little bit. I just wanted to put out a quick video update to let you guys know what's going on with things like the tutorials that people are beginning to ask about, and I totally understand. You're right to ask about them. So the best way to explain what's going on with the channel right now is that it's difficult sometimes to cater to everybody in the community, and that's the thing, is that I love this community. I love every part of this community. I love the Endless Space part of the community. I love the people that are hanging around for the Outer World streams on Saturdays, and I love the people that are part of GFW, our Good Fights Wrestling show that we do in Fire Pro Wrestling. The problem with that is that everybody has different things they want, and I only have so much time available to me. Originally, I thought that'd be fine. In my head, I told myself, this'll be fine. I'll make this work. It's fine. There's plenty of time to do everything. There isn't plenty of time to do everything. Just to give you guys an idea of what my week looks like, I spend 40 hours a week at my day job. I also come home after that, and I spend 3 hours a night working on stuff for the channel. That's at night. In the morning, before I go to work, I get up and I spend an hour and a half working on the daily Endless Space 2 videos to get those out. So essentially, I'm spending about, 23, 24 hours a week on the channel in addition to a 40-hour-a-week job. And I thought this will be fine. That's plenty of time to do everything, right? The problem is that it's not plenty of time to do everything, because the wrestling show in particular takes a ridiculous amount of time to put together. It takes a lot of time to put together because it involves a ton of mods, and I have to get the mods tuned. I have to make sure everything is set up right there. I have to record the footage. I have to convert the footage to a format that makes it easier to edit, because compressed footage doesn't edit very well. Well, it edits fine, but it doesn't load very well within my editor so that I can actually do editing in a reasonable amount of time. So I built a workflow for that. I did, and it saves a ton of time. But even then, I'm spending most of that 30 or that 23 plus hours a week working on the wrestling show. It takes a lot of time, and it's a different type of show than what we do with ES2. With ES2, it's a lot of let's learn together. Let's play this together and learn things. And I do want to take a second to say thank you to everybody that provides feedback and ideas for that show. It is super, super fun sharing ideas with you guys and trying new things out. And just, that's been the funnest part lately of doing the funnest probably isn't a word. My girlfriend gets on me about that all the time. Fiance gets on me about that all the time. It's a newer thing. Give me a break. Anyways, so you Double Bullfrog, for example, Anna Thomas, I know you're always watching. There are more names. I'm sorry, they're not coming to my head right now. I haven't done one of these in a while, and it's weird because I feel kind of on the spot. Anyways, moving forward. So I really do enjoy going back and forth with you guys on the ES2 series, but that is pretty much a let me sit down, let me record for 30 minutes, and then go and clean up all the audio and everything, and then get that up to you guys. That's a pretty simple, straight through thing. The wrestling show is a whole different animal. We have to record segments separately. We then have to edit them together. Sometimes we have to do some very complex editing with green screening and stuff to make the stories work, because it is more of a storytelling series. It's very cool though. Honestly, even if you're not a pro wrestling fan, maybe check one episode out just to see what kind of cool stuff we do with it. The problem there is that I was like, okay, this was my thought process. I can keep everybody happy. I can do everything for everybody and it'll be fine. And what I thought I would do is I would just find ways to reduce the amount of time that it took to do the wrestling show, which is why I found ways to convert footage while I'm not around so that I can edit it a little bit faster, things like that. And they did speed things up a little bit, but the problem is that when you're doing something that is creative and you're basically treading untreaded ground every week, it means that the time commitment is unpredictable and usually more than you expect. And then there's things that you can account for, like, in the latest version of the mod pack, this one thing that I need isn't working the way that I need it to work. Darn, I guess I'll have to jury-rig a solution for that. Which is fine. I do that a lot. If you watch the last episode of GFW, the first match ends in a double countout, and it did that because for some reason everything bugged out. And there was no time to re-record it, so we made that work. That being said, though, basically I overcommitted. I do want to do the tutorials. I have begun work on them. I have documentation I've writ for them. I have so much prep work done for it, and I just haven't had the time to get down to the nitty-gritty and do the actual recordings for it. I hope to change that in the future, though. We have somebody now who's going to be helping a little bit with the wrestling show, so that should make things a little less time-consuming. I do still have a ton of time to put on that because we're going into our next pay-per-view It's not a real pay-per-view. It's an internet pay-per-view. It's a fun super show type thing we do that we do live on stream. So you're definitely welcome to come join us and hang out. That being said, there are some other things on the horizon for that might allow me to reduce the workload there. But if not, and this is, where I'm at right now, we have one more show for this pay-per-view. And then I want to do one more pay-per-view because nobody wants a story without an ending to sort of wind down the story of the wrestling show. And then after that, I need to take a step back and really recalibrate and figure out the timing of stuff because I want to have enough time to do the tutorials for you guys. And I am working on them. I swear I'm working on them. I have today off from work because it is Veterans Day, and I'm going to be spending most of today trying to work on stuff. I'm also working on the Discord. There's a lot of things I want to do for the community as a whole. I'd like for this channel not to be a channel. There was a time a few years ago, before I had a bunch of life stuff get in the way, that this wasn't a channel, it was a community. We had a bunch of people together, everybody was caring about each other and working together, and we all played games together and stuff like that. I want to get back to that. That's what I want. I do this for community. I don't make any money off of this. The only show that has ads on it is the wrestling show, and that's because I use music in it that is copyrighted. I have a Patreon right now. The donations to the Patreon go directly into donating to the mod pack we use for the wrestling show. Like, I don't make anything on this, guys. I do this because of the community, because I enjoy making content for you guys, and it makes me feel appreciated to put out content that you guys do enjoy or do find useful. So that's what I want to do. I want to make that more, like, bigger. You know what I mean? So I apologize. I apologize that the tutorials are not out yet, but I just want you guys to know that I haven't forgot about them. I am working on them. I made a human mistake and I kind of overcommitted a little bit, and I'm trying to adjust now. I can't be everything for everybody, but I want to be, and that's not necessarily even healthy. So I'm trying to do that in a better, healthier way. Part of that was doing the 3 hours a night time constraint, because before that, the way that I would get everything done is I would literally get off work at like 3 p.m. and I'd just come home and work until 11:30. And that was actually wreaking havoc on my personal life and causing problems there. So I'm doing a lot of tuning. I haven't forgotten about you guys. The tutorials are coming. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for supporting the community. Thank you for being here and being part of this. And I hope that there are bright, bright things for all of us in the future. Bye. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye.